Hi everyone. Now today we'll be starting with the next topic, that is proportion. This is of exercise 9.2. Before starting with this, I'll be explaining you what is a proportion, how you're going to find the proportion, what is the formula for proportion. Now proportion, if I'm going to talk about, the symbol for this is this, right? Double we are going to write here. Now A ratio B, we are writing as to C is to D. Now how I'm going to read it? A is to B as to C is to D. Always two ratios are compared in the case of proportion. This is the first ratio, this is the second ratio. Now I'll give you an example. What is the meaning of this? You all know that dog is always after cat. The same way cat is also always after rat. This example I'm giving you just to tell you that what is the meaning of the proportion. You are just going to relate. Now see, you can relate dog with cat because dog is every time after cat. Similarly here also cat is always after rat. So there is a relation between them, right? That's how we are going to identify the relations, or we are going to tell whether they are in proportion or not. This was an example from the daily life. Now let's come back to this. A ratio B as to C ratio D. Now in this I am going to read it as A is to B as to C is to D. Whatever is the relation of A with B, same is the relation of C with D. I am going to speak it as A is to B as to C is to D. Then I am going to say that they are in proportion. If this sign is there between them, that means they are in proportion. Now A and D are at the extreme ends. So I am going to call them as extremes. Now if I am going to ask you, then what are at the extremes? A and D. A and D are at the extremes. B and C are in the middle. So I am going to call them as means. Because B and C are at the middle, so I am going to call it as means. Okay. Now there is a formula for proportion. If I have to identify whether these ratios are in proportion or not, I am going to take the product of these extremes and the means. Now see what is the formula. Product of extremes should be equals to product of means. That means extremes are what numbers? A and D. A and D I am going to multiply together. Product of means, what are the numbers on the means? B and C. I am going to multiply B and C. If the values of these two numbers and these two numbers comes out to be equal, then I can say that this complete is in proportion. We'll be doing the questions. This was the concept. Now on the basis of this concept, I'm going to make it to the questions and it will be more clear. Now question 1 is, you have to tell whether the four terms are in proportion or not. The first part is 1, 6, 6 and 36. Again, now what you're going to do is take the extreme ones 1 and 6 and then multiply them. Take the middle ones 6 into 6 and then multiply them. 36 into 1, 36. 6 6 36. Both the values are coming equal, so that means this is in proportion. They are in proportion. Now let us see the solution. Product of extremes is equals to product of means. Now please, in every part you are going to write this. This is the perfect way of writing the question. Firstly, you are going to write this formula in every part, in every question. Wherever there is going to come the proportion question, you are going to write this formula. This is must. Product of extremes equals to product of means. Extremes take and then find the product. Means take and then find the product. Both sides are coming same, that means they are in proportion. If the sides are not coming same, that means they are not in proportion. Now B part is 4, 11, 8 and 22. In the same sequence you are going to write this. Whatever the sequence is given of these questions, you are going to write the same. Whatever the sequence of these numbers is given, you have to write these numbers in the same sequence. If 1, 6, 6, 36 is there, then you have to write in this way only. You are not supposed to make it as 1, 36, 6, 6. Don't change the order of these numbers. In this also 4, 11, 8 and 22. If you are going to change the order of the numbers, then extremes and means are going to change. Then your answer will come wrong. So means and extremes. Now let us write the extremes. Which are the extreme ones? 4 and 22. 4 multiplied by 22. Means. Which one are the means? 11 and 8. 11 and 8. Multiply them. Both the sides are coming same. That means they are in proportion. Right? So this is your A and B part. Now let's move to next part. I'll be doing C part. D part you will be doing by yourself. C part is, again write the formula product of extremes, product of means, because we have to tell whether they are in proportion or not. Extremes, what are the extremes? 20 and 9. So I'm going to multiply 20 and 9. Means middle terms, 3 and 33. Multiply them. This is coming 180, this is coming 99. Now both the values are not coming same, so that means they are not in proportion. Okay. Now D part you will be doing by yourself. Let's move to question number 2. Now in question number 2, it is already given that this number is in proportion. This number is already in proportion. You have to find the value of this D. When they are already in proportion, that means the formula is going to be this. When they are in proportion, the formula is going to be product of extremes equals to product of means. Now 64 is to 16 as to D is to 4. This is the question. Now they are already in proportion, so I'm going to write the formula of proportion. Product of extremes equals to product of means. Product of extreme means I'm going to multiply last two numbers. 64 will be multiplied by 4 equals to product of means. Means middle two numbers. 16 will be multiplied by D. So 64 I'm going to multiply by 4. This I'm going to write as it is. Now 16 is in multiply with D. I have to find the value of D. So 16 will go to the other side and it will come in divide. 16 will come down on the other side. 4 ones are 4, 4s are 4 ones are, and this will go on 16. So the value of D is going to be 16, and this is your answer. Simple. See the solution. I'm again saying you have to write this formula in every part, in every question. Now let's move to B part. B part is also same. Product of extremes equals to product of means. D will be multiplied by 2. D will be multiplied 2 because D and 2 are the extremes. Means, which are the means? 4 and 22. So you are going to multiply 4 with 22. D will be written as it is here, but 2 is in multiply with D. So 2 I am going to take to the other side and divide. 2 ones are 2 twos are, and then 22 will be multiplied with 2. So answer will come 44. Okay. C part you do by yourself. Let me explain you D part. In D part is given 130 is to 10 as to 26 is to D. Now product of extremes equals to product of means. Again the same formula. Then what are the extremes? 130 into D. What are the means? 10 into 26. D is equals to 10 into 26. Now this will remain as it is on the same side, but 130 will come down to the other side. 0 and 0 cancelled. 13 ones are, 13 twos are. So the answer will come out to be D is equals to 2. Okay. So this was a question number 2 in which you had to find the value of the missing number. Now let's move to question 3. In question 3 again they are saying we are giving you that these are in proportion. Now you have to tell whether we are right or wrong. You have to tell whether they are, yes it is true or false that they are in proportion. Again the same thing, again the same formula, and then if they are equal values are coming, that means they are in proportion. That means yes they are correct, that yes they are in proportion. If the values are not coming same, that means they are wrong, they are not in proportion, because they have written here that yes they are in proportion, but our answer is not coming equal, so that means this is false. That's how we are going to do this question number 3. Again the same concept is there. Question number 3, A part, but I want to explain you one little concept in this. 25 centimeter 1 meter, rupees 40 is to rupees 160. Now see in this question, in this side you can see that the units are same. Rupees units are same, but here units are not same. Always remember, to one side of this proportion the units have to be same. If here is centimeter, this also have to be centimeter. If here is rupees, then here also has to be rupees. But this side it is completely fine. They are completely right. Now here I have to make the units same. To make the unit same, 25 centimeter will be written as it is, and in 1 meter how many centimeters are there? 100. So 100 centimeters as to 40 is to rupees 160. Now this is the perfect step for solving the proportion questions. It does not matter whether centimeter, 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 centimeter. It does not matter like this. But to one side units have to be same, to other side units have to be same. Now here again, this and this is the extreme. So let us multiply 25 by 160. 100 and 40 are same, so 100 will be multiplied by 40. These both are the means, so I am going to multiply them. This will come 4000, this will also come 4000. Values are coming same, they are in proportion, so answer is true. Right? Now let's see the solution. Again, what I have done here is 1 meter I have changed to 100 centimeters so that I can make these units same. Rupees is same. Now let's write the formula of the proportion. We have written the formula, solve it, answer will come true. Next, now in this also, rupees, same units, no changes here. But here this is 200 ml and this is 25 liters. So this liter I am going to change to milliliters. In 1 liter how many milliliters are there? 1000. So this 25 liter will become 25,000 milliliters. Now product of extremes equals to product of means. 200 will be multiplied by 50. 200 multiplied by 50. 25 will be multiplied by 4. Sorry, 25,000 will be multiplied by 4 because we have changed the signs. Then after multiplying them, there here will come 5 zeros and here will come 4 zeros, which is not equal, so answer is false. Please pause the video to note it down. Let's move to C part. Now in the C part, units here are same, units here are same. So we don't have to change the units, we just have to directly check whether it is in proportion or not. Product of extremes, product of means, same way. Here also check the units. Units are same, units are same. So again directly we can check it and the answer will come. You have to try C and D part by yourself. You can see the solution and try them by yourself. Now before starting with question number 4 A part, we will be doing B, C and D part because they are same as we have been doing the questions earlier. A part is a bit different, just a bit different, that I am going to explain you in the last. Now they are saying these two ratios are given to us. Ratio is 12 is to 22 and 24 is to 40, and you have to tell whether these two ratios are in proportion or not. Let us check. Again, product of extremes equals to product of means. Now what are the extreme ones? 12 and 40. So I am going to multiply 12 by 40 and the middle ones are 22 into 24. Now what we are going to get? Here I will get 480 and on multiplying this I am getting 524. Values are not equal. Left hand side is not equal to right hand side. That means they are not in proportion. If they are not in proportion, that means the given ratios are also not in proportion. That's what is the solution here. Product of extremes and means, find it and write at the end. Hence the given ratios are not in proportion because the values are not same. Left hand side is not equals to right side. Okay. Now C part. We have done question 2 the very same way as this C part. By is to 9 as to 14 is to 21 and we have to find the value of y. Again product of extremes equals to product of means. What are the extremes? Y and 21. So y will be multiplied with 21. Means middle two terms 9 and 14. 9 will be multiplied by 14. So y is equals to 9 into 14 upon 21. Now let me cancel it for you. 9 into 14 upon 21. 21 will go on the other side in divide. So that's why I have written in divide. Now let's find out. 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21, 3 1s are 3 3s are 9. So the value of y will come out to be 6. Answer is 6. Okay. Now let's do the next question. Question number 4 D part. Now they are saying do the ratios 4 ml to 3 ml. Now what is the meaning of this? 4 ml to 3 ml. This means 4 ml is to 3 ml. This 2 means ratio sign. And 24 centimeter to 18 centimeters. 24 centimeters to 18 centimeters. This means 24 centimeter ratio 18 centimeters. Now this ratio is 1, this ratio is second. Now you have to tell whether these two ratios are in proportion with each other or not. Let's do the same. See, first of all we have to check whether the units are same or not. To one side milliliter, milliliter, yes, units are same. This side centimeter, centimeter, yes, units are same. Now we can check. 4 will be multiplied with 18, 3 will be multiplied by 24. This will be 72, this will be 72. Both the sides are coming equal. That means the given ratios are in proportion. Same I have written it here. Given this and this. Extremes means solved, and in the last I have written given ratios form a proportion. So this was your D part. Now let us do the A part. See, there are not two girls. One is Anusha and the second is Bhanu. Anusha paid rupees 30 for 2 kites and Bhanu paid rupees 75 for 5 kites. So who paid more? Now we are going to do this question with the help of the proportion. Anusha. Now Anusha paid rupees 30 for how many kites? 2 kites. Right? And the same way Bhanu paid 75:5. 75 rupees for 5 kites. Now what I am going to do here is I have made them in the ratio 30 ratio 2 as to 75 ratio 5. Take the extremes, take the means, take the product. Both the values are coming same. That means both paid equal amount. Right? You just have to make this in the proportion form. 30:2 as to 75:5. And then they both the same amount in this. So this was your exercise 9.2. Complete this exercise in the notebook. Thank you.